Fill in the digital registration form and pick the queuing number. Take a photo to be printed on membership card. And the membership card is ready in short time. Through Online Public Access Catalog or OPAC, users could search all book collection and make an order easily. Also supported by book transfer vehicle with ICT-based. Book borrowing process becomes faster and efficient. We provide Smart Locker with RFID technology for the National Library member card holder to process the book borrowing online, especially for you who are busy, could save time. Enjoy the fast speed with Wi-Fi connection in all floors up to 1 GB per second. Access various information online in our comfortable multimedia room, or using one of the 100 computers provided freely for all the National Library members. Mini Theatre Room shows our movie collection in groups, searching old library collections in form of microfilm and microfaces. Audio-visual collections in cassette, CD and DVD formats, supported by numbers of personal computer facility could meet users' need. Knowing Indonesia sciences in the past time could be seen as artificial script of original form, accessing digital touchscreen device available in gallery or online through National Library of Indonesia website. We also provide international book collections to show new experience for you. Learn differently with international perspective. Periodical collections as newspaper, magazines and bulletins are also available at the National Library. You may also access all periodical printing collection that have been transferred to digital format via the National Library website. Nation's Cultural Heritage Collection. A wide range of information and knowledges about Indonesian culture could be accessed in the Cultural Heritage Collection or through our thematic websites. Various collections of pictures, drawings, and maps. Some of our book collections, while lent limitedly, can be ordered through Online Public Access Catalog integrated with storage collection booking system and directly delivered to you in the reading room. Elderly and Disabled Collection. The service is aimed for elderly and disabled people with supporting facilities such as magnifying tool, text reader, and digital book player, and computer that provide audiobook application for the blind users. Children Book Collection. We also provide children book collection as well as educative games, early learning computer system, and storytelling stage to build children's reading interest from early age. Thousands of popular books with various subjects could be accessed directly from your hand through our digital service APLIN. In doing research and learning, as well as unlimited access via apps, website, and our social media facilities. All those ICT-based facilities are supported by qualified data center with modern technology and developing capacities. Let's explore the whole world by visiting the National Library of Indonesia. Because we never stop to innovate and reach all societies, increasing in reading interest for all the nation, and provide best information services. Keep on learning to aim for higher success.
Good morning, everyone. We will start the webinar in a few minutes. Kindly take a moment to answer the attendance. Please check the Zoom link, the Zoom chat box for the link.
Bahwa kita udah di mode webinar, jadi attendee sudah bisa lihat kita sekarang.
Okay. Greetings to all our participants. This free webinar is part of the APLIN webinar series, which aims to share valuable insights and best practices to help public libraries enhance their services and processes, brought to you by the ASEAN Public Libraries Information Network, or APLIN, through the National Library of Indonesia. My name is Narisa Oraba, APLIN Treasurer, and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. Those unable to join us on Zoom can also watch the live stream of this webinar on the National Library of Indonesia's YouTube channel, Perpustakaan Nasional Republik Indonesia. Link will be posted in the Zoom chat box. To start with, may we request everyone to please rise for the ASEAN anthem. Lakas po ba? To formally open our program, let us welcome the APLIN President, Ms. Punapa Soksokorn, to deliver her opening message. Let us give her a warm virtual applause.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, friends and colleagues from the librarian in ASEAN. I'm Punnapa Suksakon. I am the director of the Ratchamangala Pisek National Library in Chiang Mai. And on behalf of the APLIN president for 2 years, the 2024-2025, and on behalf of the APLIN, I would like to welcome all of you to the webinar series in the data analytics in public libraries. And today, this webinar, where is the great opportunities for inside and outside our countries to learn and sharing experience from the modern topic like data analysis that with Mr. Ilhamni Ali from the National Library of the Indonesia. And for this program, all of you will learn more about the knowledge about technology because now I think it's technology in the library is very important for us in ASEAN to work together. Like this in APLIN, we collaboration like a seminar online. We can share the new knowledge through the online and with sharing together in ASEAN public libraries as the APLIN. Moreover, this webinar series in the great occasion between the library organization. For today, I heard that so many librarians from ASEAN and beyond, for example, from Saudi Arabia, from the Israel, from Sri Lanka. Welcome all of you to join us too. We extend the networking right now to more international librarians to join us. And today, I hope you will learn more experience and we can get stronger partnership for the librarian. And finally, I strongly hope that all of you will learn more skill and make a new inspiration or new ideas for the future success. Now I like to open the webinar series in data analytics in public library right now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Punapa, for your inspiring opening remarks. Your insights set a positive tone for our discussion today. For those who recently joined us, kindly answer the attendance link posted in the Zoom chat box. We also live stream on the National Library of Indonesia's YouTube channel, Perpustakaan Nasional Republik Indonesia. We are honored to have you at the APLIN webinar series, and it is my pleasure to introduce our resource speaker for today's webinar on data analytics in public libraries. Irhamni Ali is a library data scientist at the Center of Library Analytics and Reading Habit, National Library of Indonesia. He holds a bachelor's degree in Library and Information Science from Universitas Indonesia from 2000 to 2005, and a master's degree in Computer Science from IPB University from 2011 to 2014. Currently, he is pursuing a doctorate in Information Science with a concentration in data science at the University of North Texas from 2020 to 2024. Irhamni has received numerous accolades, including the University of North Texas Law and Legal Scholarship Award, the Fulbright PhD Scholarship from 2020 to 2023, and recognition as the best promising future library reader in ASEAN by the International Network on Emerging Library Innovators, or INELI ASEAN, in Vietnam in 2017. His professional achievements also include leading collaborative projects in library innovation and receiving grants from the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, or IFLA. Professionally, Irhamni is active on LinkedIn and ResearchGate, where he shares his work and publications. Please join me in welcoming our resource speaker, Mr. Irhamni Ali. A virtual warm of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the introductions and everything. So first of all, I would like to share my screen first. Hold on, let me. Okay. So it is a really rough morning today, actually, because hold on. Yes, this one. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Okay. So today is a really rough morning because there was a storm last night in Jakarta, so everything's just got rough today. But thankfully, is really great. We had a great team in National Library of Indonesia to facilitate this webinar. And I would like to present, giving you some kind of a brief knowledge about advanced library analytics for librarians, where we can transform library with data-driven insight. So I guess that the objective of this webinar is just a basic. It's just some kind of a acknowledgement, your introductions. How can the libraries able dealing with such a big data and massive data, and what can we do about it? So the objective of this webinar is we would like for you to understand the basic concept of advanced analytics data in library, and know how to analyze applied applications to library operations, and knowing the tools and technique for analyzing library data, and probably will inspire project and real-world implementations, particularly in public libraries. So the first, I would like to introduce introduction. So we are libraries, and currently we are dealing with massive, a lot of tons of data. We have data in the circulations like IoT, Internet of Things data, circulations data, or collections data, and others data, some kind like user behavior data, books, log in, log out, especially on dealing with the digital resources. And then we also have data warehouse where we store our data, and we also doing some kind of data analytics like a user behavior, collection trend, and prediction analysis. These are some kind of a data that we are dealing with on daily basis in the libraries. So I would like to actually I would love to do with you with the data science introductions, but unfortunately our currently is not able to do that. So probably I will give it a try next sessions. So why data analytics is important in libraries? So basically, there are a lot of opportunities to better understanding about user needs, including in improving our services. So why data is really important, especially doing data analytics in libraries, because currently we are dealing with a lot of things with data, and we need to do something to optimizing our resource allocations with using data. So for instance, you can see the graph in my presentations. You can see this is one of part of my job. Actually, we are dealing some kind of a data analysis in our budget, which one is the most efficient when we are dealing with data. And based from the data itself, you can see on the graph, we could see that there are a lot of efficiencies in our budgeting. Some like when we are dealing with the collections, the efficiency is almost 100%. And also when we are dealing with renovations in libraries, the efficiencies of the budget is nearly 100%. So we could see based on the graph, based on the data visualization, so which one is our job is much more efficient. So another things I would like to introduce is advanced data analytics types. There are three types of data analytics, especially advanced data analytics. The first one is descriptive analytics. The descriptive analytics is trying to understand the data, what has occurred, often utilizing the visualizations technique. It's more like what has happened, what is going on. For instance, you can see based on my presentation on the right side, we can see that this is the average score of our what was that of our satisfactions, infrastructure satisfactions in library. We can see that there are slight down on the difference on the satisfaction based on collections. There are also a little bit down on services. But however, the Indonesian situation currently right now, most of the user is really satisfied with the buildings. That's what happens. Based on this, what the insight is. The insight is what we can do is there are a lot of satisfaction in our building. So what we can do is probably we could stop building libraries, and we have to start investing on staff. We can see that there are a little bit decreasing on the satisfaction on the staff. So probably this is the time for us to prioritize buildings, to prioritize training on the staff. Based on the data, we can do this. So this is the first type of advanced data analytics. We can describe the data based on just general statistics. And the second is much more complex. We are doing the predictive analytics. And the predictive analytics is focused on forecasting futures and probabilities using statistical technique and data mining algorithms. So it's much more like what is likely going to happen So this is what I do. This is what I did in this last couple of months. I got some kind of a data from libraries. So you can see on the graph on my right side, we can see that there are some kind of a graph of visitations of libraries. We can see that during the June is not really good. The visitor is like, yeah, just a little flat, and suddenly in October, when we have some kind of a after the building renovates, it's kind of blooming. You can see based on the graph. So the green graph is we are trying to do the predictions. What if we try to predict based on the previous data, and now we will doing some kind of predictions? This is what we do. And based on the model is quite good actually. So this model, the LSTM, long short term memories model, is quite good for your prediction analysis. So these are this is one of the highly complicated advanced data analytics type in libraries where you can use it for your predictions. And this is only one examples. I did also some kind of a predictions on the what kind of a service they are really like in the previous presentations. So the libraries have a lot of data, and we could also do some kind of a what if we do some kind of a predictions on the satisfactions. Those also are the job for librarians to understand about the concept, basic concept on predictive analytics in libraries. And the third is much more complicated. It's prescriptive analytics. It's much more on decision making, especially sometimes using allowing for automated decision making, like collection management, space optimizations, personalized recommendation using machine learnings. So I will not talk about machine learning. Probably on the next sessions, I will talk about the machine learning implementation in libraries. And this is what I did. We are trying to reveal what was the important task after what we are dealing with buildings. And we can see that staff training is one of the most essential after we build buildings, after we fulfill our infrastructures. So basically this is the advanced data analytics for prescriptive analytics. Is more like prescribing what can we do next. It's more like how we what was that how we make decisions, what next to our libraries. So using these kind of techniques, we could embrace a lot of insight from it. So basically, what are the essential subject for librarians to master advanced data analytics? There are 10 big issues that we need to master, actually. I'm sure that the first one, descriptive statistics, where you are dealing with mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, percentiles, quartiles, and everything. You need to understand this one. The first one is really basic for librarian, is understand about the descriptive statistics. And the second one is probabilities basics, like probability rules. If we toss a coin, uh coin have two faces, right? It's going to be one head or tail, something like that. It is necessary. Why? Because you need to have a sampling, and sampling is basically use this probability basic. And then inferential statistics like hypothesis testing, like p-value, confidence level, z-test, t-test, ANOVA, chi-square test, correlations. And then the fourth one is regression and predictions, like linear regressions, multiple regressions, logistic regressions. And then the fifth one is sampling methods. These are something that you really understand about random sampling. What is the random sampling? What is stratified sampling? What is cluster sampling? And also sample size determinations, and also data visualizations. This one is, like I told you before, it is going to be really useful for you to understand about your data. Sorry. And then the dashboard also is some kind of a data visualizations, and then the time series analysis. Like I show you before about time series. Those are the really essential for you to do some kind of predictions. What can you do based on the prediction analysis, like trend analysis, seasonal? Yeah, library is some kind of. I just found out that library is really seasonal place where you can visit. For instance, in the National Library of Indonesia, when you're visiting the National Library of Indonesia in the weekend, most of the user are kids or families. But if you visit National Library during the weekdays, it's mostly students. So it's really kind of seasonal. So based on this demographic data, you can do some kind of a predictions. Oh, probably in this kind of a month, we will have a lot of people with this age, something like that. And those data analytic techniques will answers all of your questions regarding what kind of a trends do you have. And then the most complicated is multivariate analysis, like PCA, principal component analysis. If you have a lot of data, a bunch of data, like say like you have 40 tables, and you can do the PCA, principal component analysis, you can reduce it based on that smoothing technique also. And then privacy and regulations. This is really, you need to know about the privacy and regulation, ethical use of data, informed consent, what to do and don't with personal data in your libraries. And this is something that you need to understand. So these are 10 is basically something that you cannot, what was that? You cannot bargain. You have to understand all of this, because this is the basic principle of mastering advanced data analytics, especially in the libraries. And this is the core procedures when you're dealing with the advanced data analytics. The component of advanced data analytics in the library is such as data collections, like the source of the data. What kind of data do you use? Like, for instance, the catalog, like circulations data, when you need the survey data, and when you can do the data mining process. The data mining process is a newer technique when you harvest your data from the other source, something like that. But for instance, if you're dealing with e-resources, so our data is basically on our subscriptions company. So from that subscription company, from those e-resources companies, we can harvest our data using data mining techniques. So those are the data collection techniques that we are dealing with. And then another is the data cleaning and preparations. I have to admit that 80% of my time is dealing with this data cleaning and preparations. Why? Because garbage in, garbage out. Yeah, garbage in, if your data is garbage, and then you will also got a garbage result, something like that. And the data cleaning needs some kind of lot of procedures based on what kind of answers do you want to know. So data cleaning is some kind of a procedure that you also needs to masters with. And then the data visualizations, like making chart, making graphic, making report, making infographics, something like that. It's also you need to know about the basic on it. And then the other is, this is really complicated, like data modeling, like machine learnings in libraries, recommendations, trends, and everything. This is something that you need to know about modeling. Modeling is some kind of a technique that you can get an insight based from the data. And then the last one is data storytelling. How can you story your data based on the insight, based on the model, what you got? So basically, these are the core procedures in advanced data analytics. So these are procedures that you need to do when you're dealing with data analytics. And this is a tools. And for the beginners tool, I think we already familiar with it, like Google Excels, Microsoft Excels, and then Google Sheets also have the is a beginner tools. It's some kind of the same like Excel. I think all of us know Excel. And for the intermediate tools, you can use Tableau. This is a tool for data visualizations, and also Power BI. And also for advanced tool, you can use Python is really unique, like Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and others. And you can use R. R is for statistic, like for instance, the R also growing into Jamovi and other, and also SQL, standard query language for data management. You can also use that. But luckily, I have to admit there is AI. AI is pretty much used for this kind of advanced tools for data analytics. The others is the challenge of data analytics. Remember that we have a lot of data, but unfortunately, our data is having a silos. It's limited integration of system, like for instance, catalog, circulations, program, sorry, IT and others. Those are not integrated. They are standing alone between each other. This is some kind of a classical problem in the libraries. Like for instance, in the service divisions, they have circulation, but in the let's say in the cataloging, they have catalog database, and these catalog actually have something in common. This data can provide insight if we merge. Like for instance, who is the most uh, who is the most people love this subject, for instance, like that, and when that the subject is really high in a high peak on the loan, something like that. So because of the data silos, we cannot do that. So this is one of the high top priority to solve by the libraries, is to make it data more interoperable between other data so they can merge each other. And then the challenge also, we are dealing with data quality, like missing or inconsistent data. The inconsistent data contains something like a lot of noises, that data that you cannot have, that cannot have meaning. And also, we also have a lack of skill librarian in technical areas like coding and statistics, math. And then we also have a problem with ethical and privacy, ensuring data confidentiality, especially with dealing with AI right now. Dealing with AI, I suggest you don't use it for this kind of data analytics. If you are having a sensitive data, please don't put it on AI. That is the main issues if you're dealing with AI. So, and the future trend in advanced data analytics library, like I mentioned before, is AI and machine learning, automating recommendation and resource management. Yes, AI can do that. But how we can do that? There are some kind of a procedure that we need to know about how we're dealing with AI. And then natural language processing, analyzing user feedback and cataloging metadata also is a trend right now. And then predictive analytics, anticipating community needs and trends based on our data. I think this is something that you need to embrace in the futures. And data-driven personalizations, like tailoring service and communications to individual users. Like for instance, you know, the what was that? The e-commerce, like Shopee, and then any others platform that provide you personal interest for your behavior, something like that. This is something that library can have in the futures. And this is the resource for you to learn. There are a lot of free courses, especially in for Google data analytics certifications. We have also Kaggle. Kaggle, you know, Kaggle is the one of the high top data science project for you to learn. And then we also have tools. Tableau Public is also free. Microsoft Power BI, Jupyter Notebook for Pythons. And then there are also a lot of community library analytics Google groups. And also you can learn from the conference like Library Assessment Conference and others for you to learn how to become a good data analytics in the libraries. I think that's all from me. And based on my presentation, probably you have any question and we can discuss everything what you need to know about doing data analytics in library. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Irhamni, for that insightful presentation. Data analytics is a transformative tool for public libraries, and we are eager to explore how these tools can empower our libraries to serve the community. So, if you have any questions, you may send it in the chat box. Questions will be accommodated during the Q&A session. So now let us proceed with the APLIN session. During this session, President Ms. Punapa Suksakorn will share a brief overview of APLIN and updates on the association's ongoing activities, membership, key initiatives, and plans. A virtual applause for Ms. Punapa.
Hi. Hello, everyone. See you again with the APLIN session. So, on behalf of the president of APLIN, I would like to introduce the ASEAN Public Libraries Information Network, or the APLIN, a little bit briefly. So, next slide, please. Yes, the briefly overview for the ASEAN. The Association of Southeast Asian Nation is the regional intergovernmental organization comprising 10 countries. It aims to promote the culture, economics, and political development in the region. And purpose of the APLIN, the ASEAN Public Libraries Information Network, aims to facilitate professional development, cooperation, and collaboration among public librarians in ASEAN region. Next slide, please. Next, please. Okay. The ASEAN Public Libraries, ASEAN Libraries and Librarian Association, such as Brunei Library Association, Cambodia Library Association, Indonesia Librarian Association, Laos Library Association. In Malaysia, we call Librarians Association of Malaysia. And in Singapore, Library Association of the Singapore. Also, we have Myanmar Library Association, the Philippines Library Association, Thai Library Association, and Vietnamese Library Association. This is the ASEAN Library or Librarian Association in ASEAN that we join as the APLIN together. Next, please. Yes, we start the APLIN. We librarians cooperation and connection with the first community or the collaboration we call Aineli ASEAN, and we also have the community or the congress we call the Consal, and now that you join us we call APLIN, and I hope the APLIN will the new community or new Congress of the Librarian, but I invite all of you to learn us and join us as this conference. You can learn and join us online, but you can get more information because we try to organize the seminar online, maybe twice a year or more. Okay, next please. Yes, this is the APLIN's journey for the breakout that I uh, referred before, from the global libraries to Aineli ASEAN that we made together more than 10 years ago, and then Aineli ASEAN that the next from Aineli, and now the APLIN established in 2017 to sustain the development networking for ASEAN libraries. The next, please. This is the first officer of the APLIN. The founding member from Aineli ASEAN and Aineli ASEAN Innovators. The structure is the executive board, Secretariat, general members, and council. Memberships is open to the public libraries, librarians, and stakeholders in Southeast Asia. Here is the activity, current status, and update. This is the joining us, the logo for the National Library in 10 country ASEAN. Next, please. This is the activity that we launched before the Inspire Innovative Collaboration in 2020. And then the regional island sharing innovators, ideas, and inspirations. That is, I'm not sure the years, maybe 2020, 21, right? And the next, please. Next, please. Yes, this is the poster of the first ASEAN Virtual Regional Conference in Public ASEAN. And I would like to talk about this year, last year, 2024, in the next slide, please, maybe. The activity, yes, this is the activity from during my range in Chiang Mai, Thailand. We organized the National Library for Reading Culture and Lifelong Learning Development together with together with the APLIN, National Library of Thailand, National Library of Thailand in Chiang Mai branch. We invite the ex-president, Mr. Masli, and Miss Blaise Velasco, Miss Senior Romero to Thailand, to Chiang Mai, to present the topic about the APLIN in Chiang Mai. We join with the Thai Library Association and public libraries in Chiang Mai province. This is 2 days activities. It is on site and online. Next, please. Yes, here is the Chiang Mai National Library. Miss President from the Thai Library Association and representative from National Library of Thailand. Now she is the director of National Library of Thailand. And this is all librarianships that we join together in Chiang Mai. The next, please. This is we launched the APLIN Charter 2024. You can learn more about information about our chapter in the website of the APLIN and the Facebook of the APLIN and also the Facebook of the National Library of Chiang Mai. Yes, next please. Okay. Information Hub from the National Library of the Philippines. So finally, I would like to invite participants from the webinar series at this time to join us as the member of the APLIN. Sometimes we organize the conference or the meeting online, but sometimes we organize that on site and we will collaborate with the 10 country ASEANs. Maybe we will join again in Thailand in July. I plan to organize the ASEAN conference as the APLIN cooperate with the National Library of Thailand and National Library in Chiang Mai. and also Thai Library Association in Chiang Mai. Lovely. I plan in July, but I will inform all of you again, maybe in on site and online. And I hope all of you will apply for the APLIN memberships and join us together as the ASEAN and beyond. Thank you very much for attend the webinar series this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. President, Ms. Panapa, for sharing this valuable overview of APLIN. We now open the floor for questions from our participants. If you have questions for our speakers, please use the raise hand button of Zoom and we will unmute their microphones, or type them in the Q&A box and mention the speaker's name to whom your question is directed. Does anyone have questions they'd like to ask? From our live audience. So
I think we
so
have one question in the Q&A
okay, so
box.
I will just read the question from our Q&A box. GIGA refers to the idea that the quality of output, results, insights, decisions is directly dependent on the quality of input or data. If the data is inaccurate, incomplete, or inconsistent, the resulting analysis and insights will be flawed. How can public libraries prioritize the data quality to avoid GIGO? For Sir Irhamni.
All right. Okay. I will start to answer that question. This some kind of it's a really good question. Actually, I do have some kind of a situation like that. First thing first you need to do is you need to know about what is the insight that you are looking for. Ask yourself what kind of a questions, what kind of a problem you need to solve. And based on the problem, you need to do some kind of a assessment on those kind of a data, which one it needs to be clean and which one needs to be in, and which data needs to be out, something like that. With that basic questions, with that kind of a questions, what kind of a answers do you need to know, what kind of solutions do you want to know, you will find a good variable, a good amount of data based on that. And the cleaning techniques is, there's a lot of cleaning techniques that you need to do. For instance, if you want to do some kind of a answer your question using the regressions, then you need to get rid the outliers. So with what? Using standardization of the data. So there will be no outliers. So those kind of a technique you need to do, it's not only you know the process business, you know the problem what you're facing, but also knowing your kind of methods do you want to use. And that's why I told you before regarding if you want to become a good data analytics in the libraries, then you need to master several things like statistical and also math, basic math actually, data visualizations, a bit of code, a little bit of certain areas on that kind of a field. So basically, if you want, my answer is really straightforward actually. You need to know, you need to redefine about what kind of a solutions do you want to know, or what kind of answer do you want to know regarding your problem in your institutions, something like that. So once you got that kind of a questions, then you will doing some kind of a mapping. What is the variable that we can use to answer that kind of a question? It's really like, you know, doing your thesis actually. You need to find research questions, and then what kind of methods do you want to use, and what kind of a data analytics do you want to use. That's why you will get a robust data, not garbage data. I think that's all from me. If you have any live questions, so I would like to have a discussion with you. Thank you.
Okay. Another question. What are the standard tools used for data analytics?
The standard tools, the basic standard tools, I use Excel for cleaning. If you want to have a really much more advanced, I use Google Refine for data cleaning. For data analytics, based on the questions, if I want to, let's say I would like to do some kind of predictions, then I use machine learning models. If I want to do, if I want to know what kind of factors that libraries that people love visiting our libraries, probably I will use regressions, something like that. So there are a lot of technique and standards that you can use for data analytics. And I have to be honest with you, and I have to be clear with you that if you want to have a good standard, then you need to know what is the purpose that you are doing with the data analytics. So if you want to make a predictions, then you can use this. If you just want to know about the trending analytics, then you can do time series analytics. So basically, it depends on your institution's needs, your organization's needs about the answers of the data. So based on that, we can use several techniques. So yeah.
Okay, another one. Data is crucial for planning.
Mhm.
However, in reality, many plans are made based on intuition rather than
Intuitions.
data.
Mhm.
Often, the data provided is merely to satisfy officials or follows the as long as the boss is happy mindset. As a result, plans are formulated based on feelings rather than facts. What is
Mhm.
your opinion on this?
I think this is the problem that we are facing, because but I don't blame that kind of a situations, because we don't have any infrastructures for good data management. I have to admit, because don't have the data. What we have is silo. Remember what I presented a few minutes ago about data silos. Those are we got. The data silo has become a big phenomena in the libraries, because a lot of divisions don't want to share their data, whether this is because of the cultures, or this is because of the policy itself. So this is some kind of a primary issues that we are dealing with. We are dealing with un unstructured data, something like that, where the data is not only stored in the divide divisions, and also it cannot be used by other divisions. That is the problem. To that is the problem in many libraries, I guess, because personally I haven't do some kind of a research on my own regarding the readiness of data analytics implementation, advanced data analytics implementations in public libraries. And I think that's going to be awesome if we want to do that, because right now we are facing with a lot of issues like trust issues among librarians. We are having trust issue between stakeholders and librarians. We are also having some kind of a infrastructure problem where the data itself is it's cannot we cannot access the data, so our knowledge is partials, that is something that we needs to figure before we we implement the data analytics. So yeah, it's a really complicated problems. Yeah.
Okay. How can smaller public libraries with limited resources benefit from data analytics?
Basically, it has tons of ton of benefits for small libraries. Based on my small project on this libraries, I helped them how to do some kind of a trend analysis, and using what I use a lot of free platform. Like for instance, I use Google Colabs to do the data analytics, and I use AI to generate the code. The basic thing that you need to do is you need to know about what is the problem that you need to solve, what is the problem that you need to gain insight with. And based on that, you can ask AI. I mean, you can ask AI to generate the code to do, not doing. I really don't recommend you doing analysis. Just put your data in AI and then you got the result. No, you cannot do that. Why? Because there are a lot of limitations in AI. What you can do is you ask AI how to solve this problem, and you do with your own. That's it. There are a lot of resources out there that you can really manage. And probably in the next series, we can discuss about it, how you can do the using AI to generate code, to generate statistical analytics, but not AI. But it's you were the one that do that. You're the one who do that, but AI will help you to do that. Not directly you put your data in the AI and ChatGPT or DeepSeek and everything. No, you cannot do that. Why? Because your data, there are a lot of personal data in the library, and then you cannot do that. What you can do, you can ask AI how to solve this problem, and then the AI will recommend you. And based on that recommendations, you will do the counting by yourself. So probably in the next sessions, I will talk about it, especially during the training sessions. So yeah, I think that's is the problem. You can, for the small libraries, there are tons of resources that you can use for your own good, for your for your own benefits in the libraries. So yeah, I think that is the answer from me. Mhm.
Okay. Last question.
Mhm.
How often should libraries analyze and report their data findings?
Based on my perspective, I use it probably because there's a policy in Indonesia about 3 months. Every 3 months, we use the data analytics to gain insight on what we have regarding several programs, the progress of the program, the efficiency of the budget, the impact also. So based on that, my suggestion is in 1 year you divide it into several periods so you can see the progress. If you want to do it monthly, it is no problem. But the problem probably on your time. So it's basically on your decisions by yourself. In Indonesia, in case of Indonesia, we always do it every 3 months. So every 3 months we have an evaluation. We do the data mining, and then we do data analytics from it, and then gain the insight and what can we do for the next 3 months. So something like that. So it's depend on your in your purpose on the data. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do we have any more questions? Please type them in the Q&A box or raise your hand. Okay. If you have any questions, you may email our resource speakers or email us at aplin@nlp.gov.ph. We will send the questions to our resource speakers.
Mhm.
So it seems there are no further questions at the moment. Thank you to thank you to our participants for raising your questions and active engagement during our Q&A. We'd also like to express our sincere appreciation to our resource speakers, Mr. Irhamni and Ms. Punapa, for their insightful answers and valuable contributions. A few reminders for our participants: kindly answer the webinar evaluation form. Link will be posted in the Zoom chat box. Certificate of participations will be provided upon request. Please email us at aplin@nlp.gov.ph. As we approach the end of our webinar series, I am pleased to introduce the APLIN Vice President, Mr. Karul Umam, to deliver his closing remarks. A virtual applause for Mr. Umam.
Okay, thank you very much, Marisa. Good morning, everyone, distinguished colleagues, esteemed speakers, and dear participants. Good day. My name is Said Umam from Indonesia. I'm the Vice President of APLIN. As we reach the conclusion of this insightful and inspiring session, it is my great honor as the Vice President of APLIN to deliver these closing remarks for the inaugural APLIN webinar series. So this is our first webinar series for this year. So there will be upcoming webinar this year, so you can join the rest again later. So first and foremost, let us express our deepest gratitude to our two exceptional collaborators, the National Library of Indonesia and the National Library of the Philippines, for their remarkable dedication and effort in co-organizing today's event. Their leadership and commitment to strengthening regional partnerships have truly exemplified the spirit of ASEAN cooperation. Today's webinar has been a testament to the transformative power of knowledge sharing and collaboration. The theme, Data Analytics for Public Libraries, highlights a critical area in the evolution of library services. Through the brilliant presentations and discussions today, we have gained valuable insights into how data analytics can empower public libraries and other libraries to better understand the users, enhance services, and adapt to an ever-changing digital landscape. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank our distinguished speakers, Mr. Irham and Ms. Munapa, who have generously shared their expertise, innovative approaches, and practical strategies. The contributions have sparked meaningful discussion and inspired new ideas for library practitioners across the region and the globe. To our participants from all corners of ASEAN and beyond, your engagement and curiosity, by asking questions and your feedback have made this webinar a resounding success. As library professionals, we are bound by our shared mission to make information, knowledge, and learning accessible to all. By embracing data analytics, we are taking a step closer to ensuring that public libraries remain relevant, inclusive, and impactful for the communities we serve. This webinar is only the beginning of many more collaborative endeavors to come under the APLIN umbrella. As we continue to strengthen our network, let us carry forward the energy and enthusiasm for today's discussion. Together, we can further empower public libraries and other libraries as dynamic hubs of knowledge, innovation, and community development across ASEAN and the globe. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this webinar's success. Thank you for your time, insights, and passion for public libraries. I look forward to seeing you all in our future APLIN activities as we continue to champion the growth and transformation of libraries in our region and the globe. Thank you and have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Umam, for your closing remarks. So kindly answer the evaluation form. Please check the link posted in the Zoom chat box. And that concludes the APLIN webinar series on data analytics in public libraries. Please stay tuned for information on future webinars and events from APLIN. On behalf of the organizing committee, thank you again. And we look forward to seeing you at our next sessions. Maraming salamat po and have a great day.
Thank you so much and have a
Terima
great day
kasih,
also.
salamat. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Have a great
everyone.
weekend, everyone. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Irhamni.
Thank
you,
you.
Irhamni. Thank you,
Bye.
Munapa.
Thank you, Umam.
Alright.
Thank you, Neriza. Thank you, everyone.
Salamat.
Thank you,
Thank you po.
Larissa.
Good job. Thank you, tech
Salamat.
team. Thank you, Nistrina. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Farhan, Vishnu, and everyone, tech team. Well done. Good job. Thank you very much.
With my pleasure.